yeah, Download was definitely the biggest highlight of the month. Um, purely for the bands that were performing in the Skidred set um and the Ferris wheel as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
mentioned it.
Everyone go Google that if you need context on why the Ferris wheel was a highlight. Just
Yeah.
disclaimer, what it wasn't Alex that was on there, but
Oh, you never know. Who
well, maybe it
knows?
was.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, so
What about you?
Skindred was your highlight, was it?
I think so. I think Skindred, Dinosaur Pilot,
Mm.
um, and obviously Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Was in with the whenever you're in a pit, the band almost always elevates the experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but yeah, they're top three, I think.
Nice one. Yeah, I mean, the biggest highlight for me as well, Download Festival. Obviously, the first like big major festival of the summer. Obviously a few little kind of metropolitan ones, but that was like the first one to really like ramp up festival season. And yeah, it was one of those lineup looked stacked on paper, and I'd say for the most part it delivered. There was a few that had a few hitches, like I mean, you probably had this as well with Architects and
Mm. Oh yeah.
obviously Guns N' Roses weren't great, but yeah, for the most part, just some amazing performances across the weekend. Got to shout out Tom Morello,
Mm.
who easily the best set of the weekend for me.
Medley.
Oh, it was so good. I mean, he obviously had his son Roman Morello with him in his band, and that kid is like every bit the guitar prodigy that his dad was and is. Um, like at points, it was like watching Jimi Hendrix. He was playing it behind his head, and
Mm.
between the pair of them, it was just like a guitar masterclass. Just and like you say, a great set list with like all the rage cuts in there. And yeah, he did this great bit where he introduced Killing the Name as like an old English folk song. And then yeah, the crowd like took over lead vocal duties, which was like such a cool moment just to belt out that song with a massive crowd on the Opus stage. So yeah, just great weekend overall. That was definitely my highlight. Like you, enjoyed Limp Bizkit's headline set as well. I think they were the best of the three headliners.
Mm.
Um, yeah, Linkin Park, obviously making history on Sunday. I enjoyed, but it definitely felt like a Sunday crowd.
Hmm.
Everyone was a bit worse for wear and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely not as energetic as Limp Bizkit. But yeah, other ones, Drowning Pool playing Bodies in like the Dogtooth.
And then everyone
uh,
leaving almost immediately.
Yeah. On Saturday, I thought they were great. Pretty Reckless, who's like one of my partner's favorite bands. I wasn't massively like over familiar with them headed into that, but I thought they were just put on a really great rock show.
Mm.
Creeper and Day to Remember had all the theatrics and the production with their sets, so thought they were fantastic too. So yeah, just really great time. And I'm not sure if you felt this, but the layout this year um, of the main arena. I mean, I know it was
Mhm.
still stupidly busy at times, but particularly like the redesign of like the Avalanche stage and like how they did that
Yeah, it was
with
far more open at the back.
yeah, it made such a difference. Like the new Hellfire food stage as well. Went to watch a little
Mhm.
bit over there. So yeah, I thought the site was like a huge improvement on previous years. Like you say, just much more space around that tent on the hill. Um, So yeah,
What
great
one?
addition. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, you carry on.
No, I was just going to say a great addition of downloads. So
Yeah, the one thing I would mention that my partner and I clocked is that Download traditionally it's more of your classic rock, and it brings in those kind of old rock heads, if you like. But
Mm,
this year there was a kind of a change in the crowd.
mm,
We found, whether that was because they brought in more metalcore bands that have a younger following, but we found that, um, yeah, we found that it's the etiquette of that people didn't understand how crowd surfing worked. People didn't know how where we so the bands that we saw
mm.
didn't understand. these things that would often come with coming to download. It might have been their first time. It might have been a completely new, but that's what we found. We found some quite interesting that a lot of it might have been these guys' first festival.
Yeah.
And so it did cause a bit of gospel falls amongst crowds. I've found people not getting on, people clashing. But again, that comes with experience and going again and again and again. But yeah, it made worse by architect, I think, when that whole thing happened. It's mixed opinion with that because one side said that he handled it really well, and the other side said that he acted like a spoiled brat. I don't know where you
I'm
are on
kind of
it.
in the middle. It seemed to me like a bit of both. I think he could have handled it, but he did definitely come across like he was. I mean, yeah, I can appreciate it to the fact that he's built up to like the show in his head, and he probably was a bit like irritated and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I mean, I agree with you. Like it felt that weekend there was definitely. I don't think I've experienced so many like show stops
Yeah.
at a festival. It seemed like every other band that I saw, there seemed to be like we need to pause a moment because someone's gone down and no one's picked them back up or whatever has happened. Obviously, there was the big one at Limp Bizkit,
Yeah.
Linkin Park with the shoe, which I couldn't believe someone lost their shoe and they stopped one step closer just as it was hitting its peak. Because someone, and then it turned out they'd just like lost their shoe or something daft. So yeah, I think we need to be careful, like, which worries me because it's like suddenly is it are we going to be stopping shows for everything now? Every like minor inconvenience, which nobody wants really. Yeah.
I think the Limp Bizkit one was the catalyst. I think they didn't notice it really until Fred noticed it, and that's
Yeah.
I think they've got a bit of I think Live Nation gave them probably a little slap on the wrist, security, and so they upped the tempo, and so the architects they basically told him, don't tell them to mosh the download, which it's never going to go down well for the artist or the crowd. So yeah, I think it just got security was tighter, and then it just got all quite messy at times. As you said, people falling over and not knowing what to do. I'm like, pick them up.
Yeah.
There were where we were at Limp Bizkit, there were bags on the floor. People brought in, obviously you bring in bags, but they're on the floor. So people were pushing back and then they were falling over these bags because obviously usual circumstance like a person would be there to hold you upright but when there's a bag on the floor that no one noticed, people were falling over them. I was like, this is insane. Why are people just putting their bags on the floor? So yeah, again, it sounds like me and being pedantic or pickety, but it was interesting to watch that. Yeah, the kind of crowd has changed a lot. But we'll see. We'll see if that's the case. We'll see if it's the case for Reading Leeds because that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Because
obviously
that's an even younger audience.
Yeah, big announcement this week with the new stages and everything like that. So we'll see what happens.
Game's gone with that festival. I honestly think it's just considering it's all AI made as well, where it looked like AI generated.
Yeah, it looks like they
It
used
was
like the renders that they've been sent for the stages and been sent it into AI with like,
yeah.
this is a promo video.
It just looks like a dance festival now, which is a shame. But we understand that they're down a revamp. They'll never go back to their original style of alt rock bands, and times change.
Well, that's it. It's
on.
almost like Download now is like the Reading and Leeds of then. Is how I
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like obviously our generation was going to Reading.
Yeah.
Now we've kind of grown up, and maybe it's Download is like the festival for us, whereas
That's
obviously
the take.
the younger crowds coming through, and Reading and Leeds is adapting to them.
Yeah, that's true. And then that's you hit the nail on the head there. Right, wrap it up.
Yeah, that's it.
Bye.